All right, hello everyone. This is the video for Monday. I'm pre-recording this Sunday evening to post Monday morning. Um, just want to make a quick note for you. Later on today, I will also have a post on Spotify, which is the power rankings for week 18. All right, that'll be up in the early afternoon. Tuesday, because I'm a truck driver and we've got a big storm coming that I have to deal with the effects of the weather, there will not be a podcast on Tuesday. As I am able, I'll try and post things on Facebook, but Tuesday's kind of a wash. So that's your note for what's coming up. All right, talking about Sunday night, or Sunday afternoon more accurately. Binghamton Black Bears, Elmira River Sharks, both with really, really tired legs coming into Elmira. And one team came in with just enough gas left in the tank to play and play well, and that was the Elmira River Sharks. They double up the Black Bears 6-3. Crowd at 875, which for a Super Bowl Sunday and a 1 o'clock start, not bad. Okay, so I'm on the wrong page here. In the first period, it was Austin Thompson starting things off shorthanded, but that was countered not too long after, about 6 minutes later, by Soterios Karageorgis. He ended up scoring and putting Elmira even, and then early, about midway through the second, actually, Marquise Grant Mentis, he scores. Elmira has a lead. It's then late in the period, and the kid that's called up from juniors, Andrew Utero, he scores. This is actually his second goal of the weekend. That puts the Black Bears back even. And at the end of two, it's 2-2, and then Elmira just took over. And this game also got very sloppy, which was to be expected with both teams being so exhausted. They played tough opponents. Didn't get done till 9:30 last night or Saturday night, and then traveled back to Elmira because both teams were on the road. And anyway, a lot of stuff. It wasn't surprising, but Binghamton also became extremely undisciplined. Early on, it's in the third period, it's Rasmus Asp scoring at 1:48. And then one of the two incidents that I just wish didn't happen. Asp takes Yates down in the corner. Probably could have been a 2-minute minor, but the problem is, it was. But the problem is Yates decided to kick back, literally kick at Asp. No place in the game for that, especially after we ended up losing a player to a skate blade. Players know better. They know better. There is no excuse. So Yates gets a match penalty, gets the game. All right. Gaeta scores on the ensuing power play. So Elmira now has a lead that they would not relinquish. Gaeta scored again just about a minute later. And so by now it is 5-2. Jesse Anderson tries to make it close. The Black Bears pulled goalie Sam Levecchi, and Jesse Anderson scores with the extra attacker, so now it's 5-3. Levecchi goes back in, but gets pulled again. He's in and out. Finally, Darius Davidson finds the empty net at 18:22, and that's a 6-3 win. Now, before the Davidson goal, there was a fight between Nikita Vashkin and Soterios Karageorgis. Kara Georges, as he got up from the fight, he kicked Ivashkin, didn't get called for it. But there was only 2 minutes left in the game, so they both got the gate because it was a fight. It was the last 5 minutes, but Soterios should have gotten called as well. Again, no place in the game for that. And I hope the league reviews this, and I hope both Gavin Yates and Kara Georgios are suspended for a long, long time. Because I'm sorry, above liking a team, over another team or whatever, okay, I love the game. I don't want to see anybody do stuff like that. All right, it doesn't belong in the game. And so, yeah, Yates is definitely going to be suspended. Again, I am hoping that Kara Georges also gets suspended because we can't have that happening. So, anyway, back to the game. The thing that was almost lost here as I went off on my rant is Elmira is now in fourth place in the Empire Division with their third straight win. They slipped by the Watertown Wolves. We'll get to the standings in a little bit. But anyway, for the game, Binghamton had 36 shots on goal, Elmira 29. Very nice weekend for Sammy Bernard. Played 2 of the 3 games, and second game he lets in 3 but saves everything else. Levechi stops 23 out of 28. Tyson Kirkby had 3 assists on a nice, very nice. But David Gaeta, he was the big player in this game, 2 goals, 2 assists. And Elijah Wilson also had a couple assists. So again, congratulations to Elmira. It's been a long, hard battle, but they managed to do it. They got out of last place. So congratulations, Elmira. All right, so let's look at the standings right now because obviously that changed. Everything's pretty much as it's been in the Continental Division. Columbus, with those 13 straight wins, their magic number as far as points for clinching a playoff spot is now down to 16. So it looks pretty certain that Columbus will be the first team to clinch a playoff berth this year. Winning 13 games in a row definitely helps that. 838 winning percentage now. Amazing. Carolina, they'll safely be in second even after this next weekend. Even if they lost both of their games and Port Huron won, there's enough of a point differential where Carolina holds on to second. Port Huron, they've got some breathing room now, so it looks like they were going to be in third for a little while. Mississippi set in fourth. Blue Ridge, they lost a tough game this last weekend to Carolina. Played well, but just not quite enough. But Baton Rouge continues its struggles. So they're quite a bit behind Mississippi at this point. For the Empire Division, Binghamton, they've lost their last 2, but they're set in first for quite a while. Motor City, now, they've got a big gap above them and below them in points. So they're going to be in second for a while. Danbury's going to be in third for a while. But now the gap has closed. Elmira 11 points behind Danbury, and winning both games against the Hat-Tricks this last weekend definitely helped that cause. And now, again, as we look, it's 37 points for Elmira, 36 for Watertown. Watertown, they have been struggling as of late, and they've got to figure something out. They had hopes of at least splitting in Port Huron this last weekend. Only came home with 1 point. That's not going to do it. So anyway, so that is going to be a very interesting race for that final playoff spot for quite some time. All right. So that looks at that. And then we want to mention our 5 stars of the weekend. And again, I just go through these alphabetical order. I usually try to select one player from different teams. So I have 5 different teams represented. But as I looked at all the numbers, I could not escape the performance of these 5 players in particular. And so, yeah, we have a couple of teams that are represented twice, but that's the way it goes sometimes. All right, so yeah, Sammy Bernard, 2 solid games. So yeah, 2 wins, 81 saves and 87 opportunities. That's a save percentage of 931. He improved his record to 8-10 on the year. Um, got the 2 wins, goals against of an even 3. So his goals against numbers are going down. Definitely one of the better goalie performances of the weekend. And of course, I always have one goalie represented. All right. Next, we have Liam Freeborn, and this guy was Captain Clutch this last weekend for the Port Huron Prowlers. Got the game-winning goal in both games, and ended up with the 2 game-winning goals plus 2 assists. So yeah, that helped Port Huron keep on going. Port Huron is 8-2 in their last 10. This is the hottest they have been in 3 seasons. So good to see the Prowlers continuing to climb and perform well. Ryan Hunter for Columbus, no big deal. 3 goals, 4 assists in 2 games. That's insane. He's just one of Columbus's players to have 7 points on the weekend. Great performance by Ryan Hunter, who usually is secondary scoring, but took the front lines by the horns this weekend. Stephen Klink for Elmira, 3 games now. Keep in mind, he didn't have any points today, or Sunday, excuse me, against Binghamton. But for the weekend, he had 4 goals and 2 assists. So Klink, he hadn't been on the score sheet a whole lot as of late. What was it? November. He was Rookie of the Month. He had kind of a quiet December. Part of the time he was hurt, battling injuries, but apparently he's back. So yeah, 4 goals, 2 assists for Stephen Klink. And then finally, Kyle Moore from the River Dragons, 4 goals and 3 assists in 2 games. Just phenomenal. He continues. Kyle Moore was one of my 5 stars 2 weeks ago. And I almost considered putting him on the list last week. He has been phenomenal, and I think he's got the inside track as far as Rookie of the Month for January. For February, excuse me. I know we're not even halfway through the month, but he's got a real good start. He's just been an amazing performer the last 4 weeks, really. So there you go. There are our 5 stars. Samuel Bernard from Elmira, Liam Freeborn from the Prowlers, it's Ryan Hunter and Kyle Moore, both from the River Dragons, and then Stephen Klink also from the Elmira River Sharks. So yeah, the Rivers had a couple of good weekends. All right, so there you go. That is recap, weekend wind-up, plus wrap-up, rather, and then our standings and stars for the week. So, again, remember, later on today, we'll have a Spotify podcast. We'll do our power rankings for Week 18. And if any news does come down, especially with Gavin Yates, we'll let you know when I do the podcast on Monday. And then remember, Tuesday, there won't be anything. We'll try and get caught up through the day. And on Wednesday, I've got to deal with a big snowstorm coming in. So as a trucker, I've got to make sure that I am safe and all that kind of good stuff. So, all right, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. Make sure you're following me on all 3 platforms, on Spotify, here on YouTube, and on Facebook as well. Have yourselves a great week up ahead. We'll catch you again later this week.